Um, so hello, I am really grateful you are here with us, and we are able to connect with each other that way, so virtual, but still see each other and have a nice integration that way. And as most of you know, I'm a passionate yoga teacher, also kids yoga teacher, and just recently became Doterra wellness advocate. Have been using the products, mainly the oils, for the last half a year, and our lifestyle has changed massively. And it's all thanks to Emily, who introduced me to the oils. So it was incredible experience, and I'm really thankful for that. So Emily is here with us, and so grateful she will be able to teach us more about the oils. Emily is an amazing integrative family health coach and parenting coach as well, and Doterra UK founder. So it's great you have done this great work, and we have you, and thank you for having us here all, and thank you for doing this doing that for us. So I will give you the word now, please.
Well, thank you for such a lovely introduction. And I love doing this. I love connecting with women, men, families, and just sharing my passion of how to bring more health and more harmony and happiness into our lives with the power of nature. And it's a real blessing and a privilege to be here with you, Monika, sharing this class. Please do get involved with the chat. As Monika said, please type in any questions that you might have, and we'll try and get to them. And also, you know, any particular health ailments that you might be looking for support with. So before we dive a bit deeper, I am going to ask you to grab an oil. If you have an oil there with you, some of you do, some of you might not, so you can just watch us do this and learn about it and hopefully do it yourself soon. So I'm going to grab 2 bottles of my favourite oils, wild orange and peppermint, and we'll talk about those shortly. So wild orange is very uplifting and energizing. It's a happy oil. Peppermint is very, very stimulating and energizing and awakening. So what I like to do is put a drop of each of those oils on the palms of my hands, rub them together, cup my hands, close my eyes. And you can do this with me. I want you to take 3 or 4 deep, intentional breaths. And if you haven't got oils, just take the breaths. Close your eyes and breathe deep. And as you breathe, I really want you to set an intention to be with us here during this class. And don't worry about the future or the past or anything apart from being here in this moment with us right now. And having a bit of time for you, focusing on you and your needs and what matters to you and your body. And the oils are just amazing because they allow us to step back into the present moment, which we don't do enough of. What you can do then, what I like to do is rub what's left over my heart center or give myself a bit of a mini massage on the back of my neck. And that just feels instantly enlivening and just awakening and positive. And that's what we need right now, isn't it? We just need more positivity, and joy in our lives, and the oils really help with that. Life is pretty chaotic right now, but when we use essential oils, we can really center ourselves and come back into the present moment, as I mentioned. And the oils, they help us to connect body, heart, and mind, spirit, and soul, and in a very profound and powerful way. So if you have oils, type in how that felt, or type in the oil that you chose and why, and let's get interactive. It's really, really helpful for us to know how you're feeling and where you're at. Okay, so moving on. Now, many of us are looking for solutions for our health to support our bodies right now, especially right now. So there really is no better time to be learning about essential oils. the thing is many people like the idea of essential oils, but they don't really know what to do with them. And that's certainly where I was at when I first started learning about using the oils 5 years ago. And so my aim is to really give you some extra knowledge this evening about oils and about how simple and easy and effectively you can use them so you can be more empowered in your life. And so I want you to feel really excited about using them and bringing them into your life and seeing the benefits. Now, it says here, importantly, you have choices. And this, again, is my aim is to help you to understand that you do have other choices. These days, we're very much led down one path when it comes to healthcare. And of course, we're very grateful for our healthcare system. But sometimes there are other things that we can reach for first that can support the body in a very different way. Now, looking at the difference in approaches to wellness, the doTERRA perspective, which I love as a health coach, is it's about whole body wellness. Okay, it's a holistic approach to wellness, and we look at addressing root causes of issues rather than just treating the symptoms of illness. Oh, I love, Zosha says my head has cleared.
Yeah, lovely.
That's lovely, Zosha. I'm so glad. It's so nice to know you and to have met you recently as well. And so we're very much looking at supporting the root causes of illness and getting to the bottom of things as opposed to just masking the symptoms. So it truly is about healthcare, and we're not just focusing on sick care. We're not just taking pills to mask symptoms of illness. We're digging a bit deeper into why this is happening in the first place. And if we can get to that root cause and eliminate that, then we can truly start to feel better and live in more wellness. And do so using the power of plants. And of course, plants have been used for their healing capacity since the beginning of time. This is nothing new, we know that. But we are seeing more and more research these days on how essential oils actually work biologically within our bodies, and it's very exciting to be involved in this movement. And so if anyone here wants to know more about the science, which is very interesting, and I think sometimes it's really useful to have that extra validation that this isn't just crazy hippie snake oil, that actually you have a product here that is researched and proven to do what we know it can do within the body. A lovely website that I would suggest you looking at is called PubMed. And this is a search engine for scientific research. If you go on there and you type in essential oils, I think you could bring up over 20,000 different pieces of evidence-based research on essential oils. So if you like research and you want to know a little bit more about how they work biologically within the body, then you're going to love diving deeper there. So I like this slide here because what we have in doTERRA is we are leading the research that I speak about. We are actually the largest essential oil company in the world, and we are carrying out clinical trials on how essential oils actually work within our body, similar to some of the trials that you will see with certain medications. And doTERRA is a science-based company that's led by doctors and scientists and chemists and health and essential oil experts. So it's amazing to be led in this way. Our chief medical advisor in doTERRA is actually called Dr. Osgothorpe, and he is a board specialized infectious disease specialist. So he is actually training other doctors on current situations. And so it's amazing that we have such guidance at the top of this company, and that we are led in this way. So why are essential oils so powerful? Now, I really like this image here because what we see with essential oils is that many essential oils actually have the ability to permeate a cellular membrane. And what we have with the cells in our body, they have a lipid layer, like a fat-based layer that surrounds the outside of the cell. So because essential oils are so complex and have tiny components, they can actually do some things that certain medications can't do. So medications, as I said, they're there for a reason, and they do save lives, and we're very grateful for them, of course. And sometimes there is a time and a place for reaching for them, but there's only so much that they can do, especially with standard illnesses that we see day to day. So we can take medications like antibiotics for certain health issues, and it can do what we want it to do. But we've also seen that certain medications can be very invasive and also can be addictive as well, and can cause other health issues within the body. Not only that, certain antibiotics can really affect our gut health. Now, 80 to 90% of our immune system resides in our gut. Our guts are intrinsically linked with our brains, with our hearts, with our skin, with so many different systems of our body. So we do really need to be looking after our gut health and potentially finding other options where we can. Now, as I said, many medications tend to be water-based these days. So they cannot penetrate the cell in any way because the cell has that lipid layer. But many essential oils, because they are fat-based and because they are so complex, have been researched to be able to permeate that cellular membrane. And so therefore they can be used to really support the immune system against worrying invaders, pathogens, and things that can attack us and make us unwell. So microbes, what they do is they tend to attack by attaching themselves to a cell. So certain microbes or invaders tend to attack by binding to the wall of the cell. And essential oils can actually affect or stop this binding process, so the pathogen cannot find a host, as well as supporting the inflammatory response within the body, which is, you know, when under stress, sometimes it's the inflammatory response within the body that can cause the issues. So in a very compliant way, what I'm saying is right now, these essential oils are really, really amazing to have, and at all times. But the problem is that we really need to be using a pure essential oil. And most essential oils on the market these days, sadly, are adulterated or contaminated or synthetic, and more of a fragrance oil as opposed to a pure therapeutic grade oil. So our doTERRA oils are what's called CPTG tested. It stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And you really do need to be using an oil that is of this quality, because however you use the oils, they're going to get into the blood system and into the cells of the body. So you really want that to know that that oil is 100% pure and tested and trusted, so that it's safe and also effective. Now, we are the largest essential oil company in the world, and we do more testing and more in terms of preparation than any other company that I am aware of to guarantee that you have that CPTG standard. And the testing that we do on our oils is also third party. So it's not just us stamping our oils and saying they're the best. This is actually validated. So you have certified pure therapeutic grade, and that equates to the testing and the sourcing model. And as I said, you can look up this GCMS testing yourself, which you need to have that quality assurance. You need to have access to that information. If you haven't got access to that information, you should ask questions why you can't see that. And our oils, they also, as I mentioned, they need to have the purity, but they also need to have the right potency. So the chemistry means that they work the way that you require them to work within the body. And doTERRA really requires everything to be optimal. So you have the correct profile of constituents within that oil. It's like a recipe within itself. So in doTERRA, the way that we create our oils is very, very important, and we are not forced farming and growing in greenhouses in one location. Actually, our oils have been specifically chosen to come from different areas from all over the world that are optimum for that plant. So we get the chemistry that we want. And this is why when you open that bottle of essential oil, they are just so alive and vibrant. And this is why they're safe, but also they work the way that you want within the body. So when you open that bottle, you breathe in those aromatics like we just did together. You feel that instant impact, and you really connect with the wisdom of the plants. Now, also because of this, as a knock-on effect, because many of these oils come from developing countries, we also then get to partner with small communities with farmers and harvesters, people that just want to have the ability to provide for themselves and their families. And doTERRA really is such a heart-centered, conscious company that it is a total privilege to partner with. You know, a lot of people these days, they really care where they're spending their money. Where you spend your money is like casting a vote for what you believe in this world. And so if you are buying cheap essential oil, you have to know that it is not going to be of the same quality. You can't do this on the cheap. You can't get all that plant volume into a small bottle on the cheap. Something will be missing, and it will either be the quality of the oil, or perhaps those growers and harvesters are not being treated respectfully. Someone along the chain is getting ripped off. And that's certainly not what I want to support, but also I want to have a quality product that works and that is safe. So if you would like to look up any of this that I've discussed, I would suggest you go to a website called sourced2u.com, because you can look up the testing procedures for yourself. You can also look up the global sourcing model, which is called co-impact sourcing. And this is where we're farming and working with harvesters and partnerships all over the world. But also you can look up the humanitarian projects, and it's called the Healing Hands organization. And this is where we're supporting communities by building schools, hospitals, healthcare clinics, providing water to villages where they don't have water, rebuilding houses after natural disasters. There's many wellness advocate and doTERRA led projects going on all over the globe, and we've actually been privileged to be involved in some of those projects ourselves. Over in Uganda, we helped to rebuild a shelter for people with polio and leprosy, and supported the nurses in the hospitals, and we left them with $2,000 worth of oils as well, and this was largely funded by doTERRA. So what we see with doTERRA is a company that is providing hope to the world on many levels, and hope is what the world needs right now. Okay, so moving on, there are 3 ways to use our oils, and I really want to clarify and highlight, I want to stress, in fact, that I'm only talking about doTERRA oil, so please don't take the advice that we're giving you tonight and use another essential oil that you have at home in the same way, because that would not be safe, because you do not have that guarantee of purity and quality. And if an oil actually claims to be pure on the bottle, but then it says do not internalize, for example, then remember that the essential oil industry is largely unregulated. So I would take that as a telltale sign and something to look out for. Perhaps that oil is not pure if it's saying that on the bottle. You can't take it internally, especially with the food grade oils. So the three ways are aromatically, topically, and internally. So aromatically, we've done that together. It means breathing the oil in. Now you can do this in different ways. You could be using a diffuser and purifying the air, and this way you are interacting with your limbic system of your brain. The same as when you smell an oil, add a couple of drops into your hands and breathe it in, or even just smell from the bottle. And our limbic system is where we process and moderate our emotions. So that's an amazing way to really look after how you're feeling on an emotional level. We can use the oils topically. So on the skin, we rub some into the back of our necks, or you could apply to pulse points, the soles of the feet and the hands. Now, most of the time, we would suggest using a carrier oil like the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil that you can see here, especially if you're sensitive, and certainly with children. And when you get started with doTERRA, you get a lot of guidance from us on how to use the oil safely and effectively. So don't worry about that. This is literally just the tip of the iceberg, and we're going to make sure that you feel really confident and ready to really be making the most out of them. But literally, it's very simple. If you can read an A to Z and you have a box of oils and a book, you can get started with them and feel the impact in your lives. You also get a private consultation online with us where we go through all of this sort of thing with you, so you feel really confident and happy. So that you can use them topically. As I said, hands and feet is a great place to be using the oils, as the skin is a bit thicker there, and it's a really good way to actually get that systemic benefit. And test on a sensitive part of the body is what we suggest, but you can be using them topically. Third way is internally, and again, only our oils, okay? So many of the oils are food grade, not all of them, but many of them, which actually means that we can benefit from using them internally. We can add them into our water. So I've got some citrus oil in my water. We want stainless steel or glass containers when we're drinking the oils, because the oils can actually denature plastic, and then you'll be drinking plastic, so you don't want to do that. But drinking citrus oils is hugely beneficial, and I'm doing that every day, especially right now. It also makes your water taste amazing, but also you can add them as a flavoring in food. And again, when you get started with the oils, we're going to give you some lovely recipes that you can try, raw chocolates and things like that. And you can also be adding into the oils into a vegetable capsule, which is really for targeted internal support. So these are little vegetable capsules, and you'll open them up, they're empty, you'll add a couple of the suggested oils into that vegetable capsule, and you'll take that like a tablet, and that really is going to be supportive for internal targeted support. So what you have here is 3 different ways of using the oils, 3 different options. So you can address your mood, your emotions. You can be using them aromatically, topically, internally, for localized or whole body systemic support. And you can be using them as a food flavoring or targeted internal support. Now, as I mentioned before, doTERRA focuses on a full spectrum approach to all aspects of wellness. Our bodies are amazing machines, actually. They've been very well put together. And what I know as a health coach is that if we look after our bodies, then hopefully they will look after us back. And what we have here is a really nice visual. This is called the lifestyle ladder, or the wellness pyramid, and it pertains to the ways that we can address looking after our bodies every day, and the lifestyle choices that we make every day. So of course, eating well, it's fundamental. What we've put into our body, it's like our nourishment, it's our fuel. Exercising, moving our bodies in some way every day, not always easy, especially right now, but just some movement. How we rest and manage our stress levels is really important, of course, because if we're constantly exposed to stress, then our body will be constantly producing the stress hormones that will be circulating around our body and blocking other systems like our immune system. So we need to find ways to get good rest where our body repairs itself, and to manage stresses as they come in. And then reducing toxic load. We are living in a bit of a toxic world these days, especially in our homes, but we can do something about this. We can be more intentional about the products that we are bringing into our homes, that we are cleaning our homes with, that we are using on our skin. So on the bottom 4 levels of the ladder, you really have lifestyle choices, daily lifestyle choices that you can be conscious of. And then the top 2 levels of the ladder focus on healthcare. And again, we can bring in the doTERRA oils and products into these aspects as well. But interestingly, if you look after the bottom 4 levels of the ladder, you may be less likely to need to be addressing acute and chronic healthcare issues so much, because if we're living in more wellness, our bodies will tend to look after us better as well. And what we have then is we have the opportunity to live life feeling empowered, so you can feel ready for what life might hand you, and that is such a huge comfort. And this is so relevant right now, and it's my main passion, is to help other families to feel proactive, to feel like you have something that you can be doing, step up and take ownership back of your health. So you have tools here that you can use to support so many health issues, and these are tools that are safe and natural and that work, that are from Mother Nature. So going back to that pyramid of wellness, we begin with nutrition. And so actually, before we go into the oils, I like to mention the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack, which is these 3 bottles here. And it is my passion as a health coach to help people to understand that we need to be conscious of the food choices that we are making, and that we get good nourishment so our bodies can thrive. But sometimes these days the food is not containing the same nutrition as it used to. Also, sometimes we're not making the best choices and other stresses come in, and right now it's not always easy to get the food that we want to nourish our bodies. So even if we are eating well, and I certainly do, I'm very, very intentional and passionate about bringing in good quality food to our homes and paying extra for it, because, you know, it's a great investment. But even when we do eat very well, I still understand the importance of daily supplementation. So the Lifelong Vitality Pack, it helps us to make sure that our bodies are well nourished. And this is actually doTERRA's #1 best-selling product. It even offers a 30-day back money guarantee if you don't feel like you have more vitality and more wellness in 30 days, which is amazing. It says so much. And it's like no other supplement I know, because it contains amazing nutrition, very expensive, high quality nutrition. So you've got over 12 portions of fruits and veg in there, beautiful ingredients that you will not be getting every single day: pomegranate, kale, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, dandelion, turmeric, and it's all bioavailable to the body, so your body really absorbs that nutrition. So you have that broad spectrum nutrition. You also have your omegas in there, which we know we need to externally supplement. And you have 9 essential oils in there as well for their antioxidant support, and also their inflammatory support. So it really helps to support that inflammatory response within the body. These oils are also going to support your cellular health and your immune system as well. So taking these supplements every day are a critical part of my commitment to my health, and with noticeable benefits. So most of my clients will take these and feel the benefits from taking them as well. So back to the wellness pyramid on the right hand side, what is amazing is that when you have a doTERRA membership, you have access to all of these tools to support every level of this ladder. So what we're going to do now is move on to talk about the top 10 oils that we suggest everybody starts with, that have been really carefully selected and put together by doTERRA, so they cover all your bases and so many different aspects of health you can address using these core oils as your natural toolkit. Now, I just want to add in here that I have all the doTERRA oils, but these are still the oils that I use the most and that I will always come back to. And so Monika is now going to talk to us about the 10 oils, like whistle stop tour.
Yeah, I'm ready to rock. So with the 10 core oils, so that's the first one, the lemon oil. Before I start, I will say that actually I had the experience already before with some essential oils, which I thought they were good as well at that time. So I have always been loving essential oils about the smell, but always what I was concerned about, and was funny, like not funny but strange, it says you couldn't take it internally. I have never thought about it, but if it's very pure and it says pure oil, why can I not take something internally, which is like, let's say, orange or lemon? While the doTERRA oils you can, not all of them, because if it's like obviously plant you can't eat, then you can't also take the oil internally, but most of them you can. So that's why it's the purity as well about the oils, great, and it's tasted. So but back to our 10 core oils. So it's the lemon oil, which is a happy oil, and it's one of my favorite. This is how I start my day. And actually before I used to drink my water lemon as well, but with normal lemon. I loved it, like even one whole lemon, seriously, the juice, or half of the lemon, even not with honey, just the lemon. So, but what was the problem? So I felt something very strange in my mouth, so very acidy, and my dentist confirmed that actually I should stopped it, or just have it, occasionally, but not every day. And I used to have it like on a daily basis, every single day. I started my day like that, and I will tell you the reason why, about starting with the oil in the morning in the water. But why did it happen actually? Because lemon, they contain lots of acid, but not as a whole lemon, actually only in the juice of the lemon. And so this lemon, the lemon oil, contains actually only the rind of the lemon, which is much better for our health than the juice itself. And a funny fact I wanted to tell you about, in this only 50 milliliter bottle, there are about 75 lemons. So it's amazing, really. I still can't even think about it. It's actually 75 lemons in this little bottle. And the oil actually comes from Sicily. All the oils, they are coming from different parts of the world. It depends where is the best area actually to grow for the plant. But it's a mood elevator, seriously. It's just like gives me energy in the morning, but also it's very good for digestion. It supports your digestion, your liver. And as I said, it doesn't damage your teeth, so you don't have to worry about that. Also, it's very good for heartburn if you have got issue with that. Also for PMDD and PMS issues. So if you suffer on that in a month before your period, so it balances your hormones and improves the circulation actually as well, regulates cycles. And it's actually a great product for cleaning. So, we breathe all the chemicals which we have got at home. So I try to gradually, just get rid of all the chemicals. Most of the stuff I get rid of, and I'm trying to do like my own stuff to cleaning with. And lemon it's unbelievable. It's great actually for greasy areas, especially. I try myself and it works fantastic. And you breathe it in as well. So you have got both actually properties here. So the next one I'm going to introduce you to, it's lavender, which has got very calming and relaxing properties. I love the smell, and it's very nice oil for using in the evening, actually, when you have got problems to go to sleep, or when you are stressed after a busy day. So you can apply it on the wrists or on your top of your ears, or on the pillow as well. And here I have to say, as Emily mentioned already, so you have to be very careful, because some of you might be fine with the lavender just putting just as a pure oil, but it's recommended to use the fractionated coconut oil, and you don't need much. So just few drops really in a roller bottle with the oil together, mix it, and it's amazing. So also it's great for supporting our skin when you have got some imperfections, some problems, like you burn yourself. I tried that myself, and it's really I don't need a medication. Usually I used to like having a spray from the pharmacy. I don't need it anymore. So I just apply a bit of oil, and it just goes. A few days later, I don't see anything on my skin anymore. And also, what is nice, as I mentioned, for sleep, to promote your sleep, but you can actually rub it on your bottom of your feet, which is nice, calming feeling before you go to bed. We have got the next oil, the third one, which is the peppermint, which is the oil of focus. So if you need some concentration and energy and some uplifting, so you're using the peppermint. And also it promotes the digestive health when taken internally. So you can add some in your water as well, and lifts the energy. And also great for the respiratory function. So for breathing, if you have got some difficulty with breathing. And also for an upset stomach. So it's a great oil. The next one, it's an air. It's actually a blend. It's a blend. There are lots of different oils here. It's a peppermint as well, but it's eucalyptus, melaleuca. So it's amazing blend. That way, it's amazing blend, which is very popular actually among children when they have got some breathing difficulties, and also great for seasonal treats, for better breathing and asthma as well. And here again, so never really you never should put it on the chest just on its own, but dilute it with the fractionated coconut oil. The best way, just put it on the chest and on the bottom of the feet and on the back as well.
I just want to add there, that's a great oil for right now if you have any congestion, or to really support your respiratory system. Applying it over your chest and lungs and back is really going to help to support opening the airways and clear breathing.
Yeah, exactly. And also actually promotes a very peaceful night for the children, especially when they suffer, when they have got a cold. So it's nice to put it in the diffuser, actually, like half an hour before they go to sleep. So already the room is, of this aroma. So it's nice. And also for some sinus problems, if people have got, you know, so it's a great one to have, definitely. I have got another one blend here, which is a Zengest, and it's a digestive blend. In my home, I always say it's a magic blend, because my husband, he loves, like, we still work on that to live a bit healthier. I am the one to introduce him to, you know, to healthier stuff and meals, but he likes his meat and his heavy food and quite spicy. Not necessarily actually good for him, for his stomach. And this is really, that's its magic. So I'm not just saying, I tried myself as well. You know, when I eat too much, you know, I did try it as well. And it's just literally 1 to 2 drops in a little bit of water, and it works straight away. So my husband couldn't believe it, because, you know, he's always very skeptic about this, but he knows when he needs to reach out to me and ask for this magic blend. And so it's as I say, so for the tummy issues, for bloated stomach as well, also for our little ones, for when they have got a tummy ache, but not to use internally for our children, but basically again with the coconut oil to mix it and just nice massaging the tummy. It's amazing. And also if you suffer like travel sickness, so it's for this sort of issues as well, and for acid pain, when you know you are going somewhere and you will be stressed, so it's worth to just take it, you know, 1 drop of this oil and then into your water. The next one, we are having another blend here. It's a deep blue blend. It's a soothing blend. It's the oil of surrender. And it's a great blend when you work out a lot. So before and after the workout, it's got amazing cooling effect, reduce the inflammation. But also, again, for our children, especially for the little ones, for the growing child's legs before bedtime. Again, few drops combined in a roller bottle like this. I will show you. Like this, just few drops, let's say 10, like 5 to 10 drops, it depends on the child's age, and then fractionate coconut oil and just rub the legs. So Freddie, he is just like, he takes always the roller bottle from me, and he loves to do it by himself. So it's like a little treat before going to bed. Yeah. And yeah, again, it's a nice cooling and soothing feeling. So he loves it on his legs. The next one is the king of the oils. My second favorite after lemon, or maybe at the same stage. I just love it. The smell, it has got some nice relaxing, calming properties. And it's, yeah, by Doterra called the king of the oils. And I know why. It's very powerful oil, and you know what, girls, I got only here, girls, women. It's amazing oil for our skin, as is it's anti-aging, has got anti-aging properties, and you can make your own moisturizer, or you have got your favorite moisturizer, and you just add 1 or 2 on your palms with the moisturizer, and you just put it on your face. Just amazing. And you know, it's, yeah, great anti-aging support. And it promotes as well, again here, feelings of relaxation when feeling stressed. So you can apply it, you know, of the bottom of your feet again before your bedtime. You can actually mix it together with the lavender, and it smells amazing. I just love it. Yeah, like in a jar.
It also really supports this healthy cellular integrity,
yeah,
and healthy cellular replication within the body, because remember, all of our cells are constantly replicating themselves, and we want to promote that healthy replication and integrity of the DNA. And there's lots and lots of amazing research that you can look up on frankincense and the way that it works within the body to support the cells.
Yeah, that's right.
I encourage you to go and have a look at that.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, we have got 3 more to go. So the next one is On Guard. It's another blend here, which is very, very important, I would say, these days now, to support our immune system. Personally, I mean, my husband as well, we both, not Freddie, we take it internally under the tongue, 1 drop only, and it's just basically the natural way to support our immune system. And for Freddie, again, I use it in a flume like that. I put few different oils here, but I will leave it to Emily. He will talk about the flume, how to mix it together, especially for this time now, how we can support ourselves more, or our immune system. But this is a great blend, very energizing and uplifting because of the oils which are there. So there is a white orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary all together. It's just amazing. Also the smell, and also together with lemon, or actually on its own as well. It's an amazing cleaner at home. So it's very natural and not toxic. So I'm trying to get rid of all toxic stuff right now, and just have the natural. And you clean, and it cleans well, and you breathe it in the same time.
Yeah,
So
with this oil as well, there is a limit to how many On Guard products you can get through your account at the moment, because it's so popular with current situations. But you have this included in the kits, which is amazing, and
yeah,
definitely an oil to be using right now.
yeah, exactly. The most important, I would say, these days. And the next one is Melaleuca. I guess it's, most of you know this. So it's the famous tea tree oil. It's an antibacterial oil, perfect for seasonal challenges, which we can do their own blend, which Emily will talk about that in a minute. And it's great for for ear discomfort, especially for our little ones. You can put in a little cotton ball, combined with the coconut oil, and just apply to your little ones' ears if they have got some ear infection, something is coming. Also great for cats, children's ones, and cold sore lips. So for stuff like that. So together with lavender, it works really well for this sort of things. And amazing for nails, for toes and fingernails, so that they will look and feel healthy, basically. So it's because because of the antibacterial properties. That's why it works very well. And we have got the last one, which is oregano. It's a natural antibiotic. Great oil, and great for flume as well, for the blend. And another antibacterial, antiviral oil. It supports the airways as well. And also it's brilliant for cooking, like lots of the oils actually. Yeah. So yeah, I am amazed by them. We have been using them for the last half a year, and I can't imagine it's just live without them. I mean, Freddie has been well since then. I didn't mention by how I found Emily, actually, because Freddie was suffering all the time. He had lots of colds. Last year we actually we went to the hospital because he couldn't breathe properly. We have to use the inhaler, and inhaler is steroids, and this actually it's just the opposite for the immune system, make the immune system weaker. So he had an ongoing issue with his breathing and chest infection. Anyway, so I'm really grateful to that. And since then, he has been well, touch wood. So we have been using it every day. So I will leave this now to Emily to talk more about the stuff.
Oh, thank you, Monica. That was awesome information.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I just could talk and talk about them. I should write a book, actually.
It's hard to only say.
I appreciate your time, girls.
So these are, as you can see, these are an amazing combination of oils, and I just wanted to move on to talk flume very briefly. This is a really nice combination of very powerful protective oils that are all in the starter kit. And actually what we have here is, some of these oils are quite expensive on their own. So it's amazing that you have all of these within the top 10 core oils. But this is a combination that you can use if you're really starting to feel like you've got an immune challenge going on. And with children, you could put a couple of drops into a roller ball of each oil and top with the coconut oil, and be applying that on their feet and up their spine, draw circles around their ears, and be consistent with it, doing it a couple of times a day. If it's me, I'll put a couple of these oils, a drop of each, into a shot of water and take internally a couple of times a day. It doesn't taste great, but it works. And you can also add them to a vegetable capsule, 1 drop of each into a vegetable capsule, and take that. And that's going to get real targeted deep support as well. So there's so many things you can do with these oils, but really just only touch the surface here. But I'm sure you can understand that they are incredible, and that you'll certainly actually use all of them. What we have here is a real toolkit for wellness, and you'll use some of them more than others, but you will use all of them. So for those of you that are keen to get started and want to know how it works in doTERRA, I'm going to just sort of walk you through the different ways that you can get started. So you can buy retail in doTERRA, but it's definitely not the best way to do this. The best way to do it is to have a wholesale membership, which means you're going to get a 25% discount, and you get your own shop that you can essentially log into with no obligation to have to buy regularly, but it's there and you get that discount when you do. And this way you are really being empowered yourself to take ownership and to have that control over your own health and your family's health. But also, when you have membership, you also get a wellness consultation online that we spoke about with the person that introduced you to doTERRA. You get access to our VIP groups and forums, and our programs, such as our oil camp program, which is a 10-day free online program that we offer. We run it on Facebook, and every day we focus on a different one of the top 10 core oils. It only takes about 10 minutes a day. You can log in your own time, but people love it, and it's a really great way to get started. So you really confident and ready and excited to use these oils, and also feel part of the community as well, which is very special. So you get all of these benefits within the starter kit. Now, membership on its own, if you weren't to buy any oils, that would just cost you £24 plus £4 postage, and you get a nice welcome book as well, which has information on all the oils and the products. But the way that most people will start, and the best way to start in my experience, is with one of our starter kits. And the reason why this is better is because you don't pay the membership fee then. You actually get the membership for free, and the oils are very well discounted within the kits as well, much cheaper than if you were to buy them separately. And you really have that toolkit for wellness, so you're prepared with this combination of oils for whatever happens in your home. So here are some of the most popular kits that you can get started with that people tend to begin with. We have the Family Essentials kit on the left hand side, which is those 10 core oils that Monika spoke about. And you have 2 bottles of mini beadlets there as well, which are like little mini essential oil caviar. They contain 1/3 of a drop of either On Guard or peppermint. And this kit, it includes that free membership and is £122. Now, the kit on the right is actually the most popular kit, and the kit I started with, and it's better value for money because you have the 15 milliliter bottles, the standard size bottles, as opposed to with the first kit, it's only the 5 ml sampler size bottles, and you will use these oils and you will get through them. So the Home Essentials is actually nearly 3 times as much oil. They're all 15 milliliter bottles, apart from the Deep Blue, which is always a 5 ml, and you get a free diffuser. And this kit is not even double the price. So it's around about 3 times as much oil for not even double the price. So it is actually a much more cost effective and better value for money kit, depending on your budget. And then the most valuable kit in terms of what you're getting is the Natural Solutions kit, because you have a real lifestyle or home refurbishment within this kit, and even greater discounts applied. So this is for someone who's really ready to own their health, basically. And it's an amazing kit. You've got a combination of the 10 core oils, then you've got some emotional oils added in, a lovely wooden box to put them all in. You've got a slightly upgraded diffuser with mood lighting. You've got some beautiful self-care products that all contain our oils and are very clean as well, with no nasty hidden ingredients. A fractionated coconut oil to dilute with. You've got an air vapor stick for the chest, which doesn't have the petroleum and the paraffin that some of these chest rubs contain these days. The Correct X, which is like a sort of natural Savlon that I like to apply to my lips, and I'll put a squirt up my nose when I'm going out these days, because you have very protective and supportive essential oils suspended in a gel. So that's a lovely product. And then over on the right, you have a whole On Guard collection, which is that protective blend that we spoke about, the foaming hand wash and the toothpaste and the On Guard soft gels, which you can take internally for really great support for your immune system, and the beadlets, which are the mini caviar I mentioned. But also you have, the reason I really love this kit is you have the nutritional supplements that I rave about and that I believe is just the foundation of wellness. So you have the lifelong vitality supplements, the digestive enzymes, and the probiotics. So it's such an incredible kit. But really, it doesn't matter to us what kit you start with. It very much depends on your own health goals and your budget, of course. But what we're here to do is really to help guide you around what's best for you and what matters for you. And of course, your health should be the most important thing that you spend your money on these days, because without our health, it doesn't matter what else we have in our lives. And I really think that this has been highlighted in recent weeks. So the other thing that you get when you get started with one of the starter kits is you'll get a wild orange from Monika, because wild orange is not contained in the 10 core oils, and
it's a must. You have to have it, so I am giving to you.
And so we want to send you that information about all of these oils and about the wild orange, and send you that extra oil as well on top. And what wild orange really does is it helps to seal happiness in your life and joy, and it teaches us gratitude. It's known as the oil of abundance, and so this oil will lift you up. It will help you to feel positive. It will raise your spirits. It's lovely in water or in raw chocolates, or just diffused. There's so much you can do with it. So you're going to get that extra when you get started this month, and you get some other extra benefits as well. One thing I would like to point out is this month they extended the 50 free point offer, which means that on any of those starter kits that we mentioned, if you get started this month, you're going to get 50 free points added to your account next month, which is about 30.
Sorry, Emily, can I just interrupt you? Is it not running out tomorrow? I mean, until tomorrow, the offer?
No, it's for the whole of this month.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. Okay, that's great. Yeah.
Whole of this month. So that's great. It's about £38 worth of free stuff that you can choose.
Yeah.
Month, and we can guide you around that depending on what's going on with your health right now, and you get all those other benefits that we spoke about, like the membership consultation and the access to the group. So there's a lot of value included for free here. So we want to send you some of the information that we covered in the class tonight, because we know it's a lot to absorb and it can sometimes be overwhelming. But remember, like we said, this is just the beginning and it's the tip of the iceberg. And what's amazing about when you get started with doTERRA is you get that ongoing support to help you as you learn, as you step into more wellness and bring in more wellness into your home. So what we're going to ask you to do right now, because we want to send you some of the information that we covered in the class tonight, we have this lovely handout that we went through, is we want you to text Monika. So first of all, we want to know your email address so we can send you the information, and then we want you to type in any questions that you might have that you would like support with, any ailments with your health that you want to address right now, and we'll send you some specific information on that if it's not been covered. And also we would like to know about the kit that you might be interested in. If you're wanting to get started with oils, type in the kit that you're thinking about. And then also in doTERRA, there are different ways that you can get involved. So the first way and the most popular way to be involved in doTERRA is just being a customer. And this is 90% of people are just customers in doTERRA. They have their membership, they have their wholesale account, and they can log in and use it as and when they want to, and they benefit from having the oils and the products in their lives. So if that's where you see yourself, then add the word live into your text message, or living, because we have a lovely magazine that we want to send you that you can read over a cup of tea when you get a chance. It's got some nice recipes in it and some science and some of the co-impact sourcing stories from our harvesters and global sourcing. So it's a really nice read. So if that's where you see yourself as a customer, then text the word live or living. And then the second way to get involved is many people, once they start learning about the oils, or usually even in a class, you start to think about the people that you know that could benefit from having them in their lives. And what a lot of people are liking to do right now is host a class like this online for some of their friends. Especially as we can't see each other at the moment, it's a really beautiful way to connect. And I love doing hosted classes, either online or in a person's home, because it's a really relaxed way to bring people together that you care about and to share something that is going to support them in their life, because everyone is going through their own different things and everybody can benefit from these oils. So if you'd like to think about hosting a class or an online class like this, it will do everything for you. We'll organize it and we'll teach it, and you just need to invite a few friends on, and you get some free oils from us as well as a thank you. So if you see that might be a possibility, then also add the word share or sharing, and we'll send you some information on that, and we can arrange a date for your online hangout. And then the third way that you can get involved is with the Doterra business, which is an incredible opportunity, especially right now. Doterra is so well placed with what's going on in the world, and where lots of companies are sadly having to let members of staff go. Doterra is not letting one member of staff go and has no plans to. In fact, Doterra is thriving right now because it's so well placed for this sort of scenario, and you can work from home, but also sharing something that people want right now and that really helps people right now. It's such a privilege. And for us, I feel very grateful that we have this business in our lives that has allowed us to work from home together, myself and my husband, around our family and around what actually really matters to us. And when it comes to the Doterra business, you have the opportunity to just have some free oils in your life every month, or you might want to supplement your income by £300 to £1,000 a month, something like that. Or like us, it's actually ended up replacing both of our incomes and much more. So there's an opportunity for everybody, and you can do it as much or as little as you like, depending on, you know, how you see this fitting into your life, on the side of other work even. So if that does speak to you in any way and you think, well, I could see myself doing that, or I am interested to learn a little bit more about it, then type the word build in and we can arrange another chat with you to go through what that means and how it all works. So going back, there's the text number as well to remind you to text Monika. We'd like to know your email address so we can send you the information that we covered in the class. We want to know any questions that you might have or specific health goals that you're working on. Then also the kit that you might be interested in if you're wanting to get started, for those of you that are ready to get started with oils. And if you're interested, we will do the order for you, and your oils will come in 4 to 5 days, pretty fast usually, and then we'll arrange that consultation with you after that. And then I want you to text the word live or share or build, and we'll send you the relevant information that is appropriate. So thank you so much for joining us for our class this evening. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. It's been lovely to share it with you, Monika. I've got a little...
Hello.
Hello. But it's a privilege to share this with you. And
yeah, it was lovely. Thank you, Emily, for taking the time and being here with us, and everyone who is attending the class. Really amazing to have you all here. It's really nice. And also see your faces as well, most of you. So really nice. And Vikusia is there as well.
Yeah, so nice to see you, Gosha.